do with Tai Chi. But here's the puzzle, and you can make it have very few pieces, so the pieces are big, or you can scroll this way and it can have like tiny pieces.
Okay.
Oh, what is the least amount of pieces you can use?
36.
Okay.
Hmm.
That
And so let's just say you push start. See, Linda showed this to me. But you scroll through like here's a corner piece and you take and you drag it up here,
Put it in the corner.
and if it's the right spot, it makes a sound.
it
Hmm.
clicks in. Okay.
And
So
if it's
that's the jigsaw puzzle. That's the
yeah,
only one on the jigsaw?
that's the only one I know, but I didn't know about
Okay.
this. And then you just can go through and like drag all the, you know, flat pieces.
And top piece.
And every day you get a new puzzle, right?
Yep. Or you can
Yeah.
go, and here you can try to push it together. And if it doesn't make that clicky sound, then that's not
That
right.
doesn't work.
And so
Good.
you go through and
That is so good for your memory, and to try to do jigsaw puzzle. That's
and then,
excellent.
and then whenever you get, you don't have to finish it right then. You can just close out of it. But when you complete the puzzle, then you earn points, and that's how Miss Linda has like 43,000 points. Is because she's done so many puzzles, and then that's when you can unlock other puzzles. So it might take 2,000 of your points, but you might be saving up for a special puzzle or something like that. So
Mm.
I mean, we love technology. But I mean, that's so good for your hand-eye and coordination. And, it just keeps you using your brain. And
Yep.
you can make it very, very challenging, or you can make it a little easier. But, that was probably my favorite thing about that game was that you can change, the level by changing how many pieces there are. So that's neat.
I wish there was one with even less than 36, but 36 isn't bad.
No, and I mean, there's out of the 36, a bunch of them are on the perimeter.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I was thinking of using it with someone who might need less than 36.
well, there may be another game out there, but that's how that one works. And so
Right.
that was just really cool. Like I said, there's probably other ones out there that have less. I didn't even know about this one. Now I gotta make this thing shut up so it doesn't sit here and ding the whole time.
Ding.
I love technology. It just talks too much, and I have
Please, Mama, you better wait. I got the right of way. Oh,
I have contacted the Claire's people, and they told me that tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. I'm going to double check. No, yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. There is like a presentation to tell us what all has changed about Claris and how we can work with it. So I'm going to get on that recording or meeting, whatever it is, and see if I can learn something that may be helpful to y'all. Because
mhm.
I know Linda and I talked about it. There's way too many things that pop up. And some people like that, but some people don't like it. For instance, you have my Tai Chi class, but there's two more Tai Chi classes that are going to pop up. Well, that's
Yeah.
confusing because you don't know. You're like, oh gosh, that's my Tai Chi class, but it's not your Tai Chi class. It's something else. So I'll get it figured out. I'll talk with Samantha if Samantha's in charge of your Claris. And y'all will just have to let us know, which we've always told y'all that. Let us know
Right.
what you want or need on your tablet. I put weather on mine on my tablets. Like Linda's has her town's weather. Sharita lives in a whole nother town. I put her town's weather on her tablet. So If you tell me that you like, I don't know, sewing.com, I can put sewing.com on it. It's just, you have Google, so you could probably look up anything, but you might want just an easy button to easily go
So
to.
you can put it on, or Samantha only, or both of you?
Well, Samantha's in charge of some of y'all's tablets, and then some of y'all have my tablets. So
Oh.
Linda and Sharita have my tablets, and
Oh, okay. I have
Samantha,
Samantha.
yeah, and some of y'all don't even have tablets. Some of y'all don't even have Claris. Y'all access it through your computer or your own tablet. So,
Okay.
anyway, let's Tai Chi. So
Let's go. Tai Chi.
let's Tai Chi. But I mean, the Claris, it was appropriate to talk about it for a Tai Chi class because that is how some of us access Tai Chi class, and some of that new stuff on the tablet may be a deterrent. So, y'all just let us know if your tablets start doing something that you don't like, and we'll try to fix it. But we don't always know that there are changes. So we don't know what y'all are experiencing. A lot of times I turn mine off. So just communicate with us and we'll be happy to fix it, change it, call somebody who knows how to.
Okay.
So hopefully you know how to access the YouTube page to watch Tai Chi, or the videos where class is recorded, or on the YouTube page to access the tutorial movement so you can just practice one move at a time. I'm going to try to put into my schedule some time to do new recordings because I know part 2 isn't on there for anybody who does part 2, and I don't even know if all of the advanced movements are on there. I have not thought about it in a while. So as class comes to an end, we start like scrambling and thinking, oh gosh, what haven't I said or told you? Next Tuesday is our last class, but
Oh,
we do have a date to start new classes, and that will be August the 12th. So we will resume. Well, we won't resume. We'll start all over. So from the very beginning. So
okay.
if a lot of people like to just continue to take the beginner class because each time you come into class and you relearn the movements, you learn them in a new way, a way that you have didn't think about it the first time you were introduced to it. So don't think you ever have to move beyond this class. You can stay in this class forever if you want to. There is an advanced class on Fridays. Miss Nora goes to it. We practice the advanced movements, and we've moved into part 2. So you need to have a really good grasp on part 1 and really good balance. So keep that in mind. If you're interested, the Friday class we'll start that same week. So August the 15th, and it is from 9 until 10 in the morning. So it's an early one.
When you start the advance up again, are you going to kind of start from the beginning or where you left off?
Honestly, it will depend on who's in it.
Gotcha.
Because typically my advanced class or my Friday class are people who have done this class before. And so they have, a baseline, and I know where they are in the Tai Chi. So some of them still do Tuesday class, so they'll do Tuesday and Friday class. And, what is true about all the classes is I take what y'all's questions or interests are, and that's what I do. So I've had classes before that are more interested in seated, so we spend a little more time doing seated Tai Chi. I have learned that some people really like me to turn around, and so I find that very easy to follow as a student, so I've spent a lot more time turned around. So I'll let y'all guide me on what y'all need, what questions you have, and where you want me to go with class. So that's why I always encourage you to communicate with me, because I'm here for y'all. And I want you to get the best experience, and I try to do it in the most simple way. But if y'all tell me y'all need a certain thing, I'll break it down even more. I'll go a little faster. I'll review one thing over and over. I mean, I'm here for you. Just let me know. So let's get started with our warm-ups. Let's get in our stable stance, because we know even in our warm-ups, when we follow our principles, that we're going to get those benefits from it. So we start with having our shoulders relaxed, good posture. We're breathing, slight bend in our knees, weight on both legs. Let's start with our neck, bringing our hands up, pull towards our chin and chest, turn and push away, and then follow those hands all the way down, chin to our chest. You can feel a slight stretch in the back of your neck as you take your chin down towards your chest. We always follow our principles. We go slow, smooth, and continuous, even in our warm-ups. Other neck exercise. Again, keeping those shoulders relaxed. We don't go as far as we can go. We just go until we feel that slight stretch and come back to the front. Check in with yourself. Make sure you're not holding your breath, something we tend to do when our bodies get busy. Now for our shoulders. Roll our shoulders forward, small circles, and back. Big shoulder circle. Inhale and exhale movement. Gathering, filling our souls. Now for our spine, let's go to our ball, separate and stretch that spine. And remember, if you can't do this large arm movement, you can keep it small and still stretch your spine. So whatever works for you, always listen to your body. So many people have shoulder problems as they get older and aren't able to do some of these bigger movements. Let's take our ball side to side. Again, still warming up and stretching our spine. This movement here is one that prepares us for waving hands and clouds. Now for our hips. Shifting weight to one leg, heel forward, hands back. Pause and toe back, hands forward. Really testing the strength of our leg here. And hopefully you have noticed some increase in strength in your leg in the past several months. You know, we started in January, now it's almost May, so 4 months of Tai Chi almost behind us. Depending on your consistency, some of you do Tai Chi a little bit every day or multiple times in a week. And so that makes a difference in strengthening those muscles.
Do you have a bend knee
I do.
on both of them, right? I mean, on the one that's standing still.
Yeah, whenever I shift my weight to one leg, I bend that knee and it essentially lowers my center of gravity, and so I am less likely to fall. And so, you know, we shouldn't lock our joints. So we keep that
Right.
soft bend in our knee.
I just thought how, you push weight into the ground. You
Mm-hmm.
can still do it with a bend knee, I
You'll,
guess.
you'll notice a lot of times, even with like commencement, we come up, down, and when I shift, I bend that knee. So I'm shifting weight to that leg, but I'm really sinking into that leg, lowering my center of gravity.
Right.
All right, next is for our, did we do this one? No, here.
No.
Shift the weight and tap. Shift, tap. So it probably is a little hard to see from front on. Side, and my pants are tight today, so you can see it probably better, is with the bend as I shift the weight. Maybe easier to see from that side. Now for our knees, shifting weight, lift and tap and punch. Bring it back. Shift, lift, tap and punch. Now let's step out. Step out, leaving both feet flat on the floor as we shift weight forward and back, side by side. It's one of my favorite moves because of all the weight shifting. For our ankles, I'm just thinking about this morning. I'm wondering if I did this ankle movement. I can't remember doing it.
That's your in-person class?
No, I have a morning Tai Chi virtual
Oh,
class.
okay, okay.
So if y'all ever need to come in the mornings rather than the afternoons, you're always welcome to go to either or. You just have to let us know so we can get you the link. And if you're entering on your tablet, then we'll put that on your tablet. For the most part, both classes are pretty similar. There's always some kind of difference because people are different. And other leg. Big toe, or little toe, big toe. Yeah, I don't remember doing that this morning. I think I skipped that. And usually somebody will tell me, hey, you forgot forgot the ankles, or I forgot something. Don't know what I was thinking about. But my ankles were extra stiff, so let's give ourselves a shake. What we're going to do is we're going to go through our basic 6 and advanced 6. I'm going to talk you through it, okay? We're going to talk you through it. Then we're going to practice it with me just calling out the names. And then we'll put it to our music to kind of test ourselves to see where we are on our pace of slow, smooth, and continuous. Things that I want you to keep in mind is empty step before you shift the weight, keeping that slow, smooth, and continuous pace and movement style, and also to breathe, to make sure you're breathing. That's not all the principles, but I think that's something we can handle. Making sure we're breathing, making sure that we go slow. Even if you don't go smooth or continuous, keep it slow. And then that when you step, it's empty. You don't immediately give it step, or you don't immediately give it weight. That's probably the most challenging of the 3 because we're so accustomed to just walking and shifting weight as we place our feet on the ground. So challenge yourself to empty step, then shift the weight as we go through these movements. Okay, let me turn around. In our stable stance, no tension, weight on both legs, slight bend, and we're breathing. All right, here we go. And commence. Hands come up, down, shift right. Place that left foot, hands come in and up. Shift left as they go out, right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip, shift left, step right, adjust weight and push, turn and separate. Waving hands in clouds, shift left, bring that right foot, right hand back. Here's our 4 words. Step, switch, turn, shift. Step, switch, turn, shift. Step, switch, turn, shift. Step, switch, turn, shift. Step, shift, switch, turn, shift, step, switch, turn. Now come to the middle for open and close. Single whip, shift right, step left, adjust and push, turn, separate. Eyes follow our right hand. Shift right, bring that left foot, left hand back, waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn, shift. 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 Step, switch, turn, back to center for open and close. Moving over here for our advanced 6, we go to the left first, starting with brush knee. Shift left, right foot in, shift right, reach right, left foot, left hand back, or separate and prepare. Step left, bring that right hand in, turn, shift left as I push and follow step right. Play the lute. Step back right, turn hands, shift as they pass, follow step left. Parry punch, step left and flip, shift and parry. Step right and flip, shift and parry. Step left, guard, shift, deliver those flowers, and follow step right. Block and close. Step back right, separate hands, shift as they come to my hips, follow step left, push the tiger, step left, push as I shift, and follow step to the front. Step, shift, and step, adjust weight, open and close. Now to the right, brush knee, shift right, left foot in, shift left, reach left, right foot, right hand back, step right, bring that left foot in, turn, now push as I shift right, follow step left, play the lute, step back left, turn hands, shift as they pass, and follow step right. Parry punch, step right and flip, shift and parry. Step left and flip, shift and parry. Step right, put up your guard, get your flowers out your pocket, and deliver as I shift. Follow step left, block and close. Step back, release hands, shift as they come to my hips. Follow step right, push the tiger, step right, push. As I shift, follow step left to the front, step left, shift and right, hands face, open and close. Close it out. So hopefully you were able to breathe, or make sure you were breathing. I know you stayed at a slow pace because I had to do all that talking, and that really slows it down. And then I hope that you were thinking about an empty step before the weight shift. So let's do all of that again. This time I won't talk you through it. I'll just say the name of the movement. Remember that after we practice this a few times, if there's any specific questions you have, let me know and we'll address them. All right, here we go. Get in your stable stance. Take some good deep breaths. Prepare yourself and commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Remember our 4 words up here. Remember, we're counting to 6. I count the turns. There's our 6th one. Back to center, open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Here's 3. Here's 6. Open and close. our advanced 6. Brush knee. Play the lute. Hairy punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Hairy punch. Remember our empty step before we shift the weight. Lock and close, even if it's just for a second. Push the tiger, open, close, and close it out. All right, do you have any questions so far?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't.
All right, let's review it again. I'll call out the names of the movements. Remember, slow, smooth, and continuous. Upright posture, empty step. You could think about gentle resistance. Like when you move, it's as if you're pushing through heavy air. If you want to, it's another level and layer of our movements. And you know, when we're first getting really good at these movements, we want to really worry about the pace, staying upright, and weight transfer. Why those things? Well, when you're in the real world and you're moving your body, you want to stay slow. Maybe not as slow as we go in class, but this is what I know for sure, is that when I have fallen, it has been because I was in a hurry. I have fallen up my stairs at my office several times because I was in a hurry. So I didn't fall down my steps. I fell up them. And it was because I was in a hurry. So it reminds us to stay slow, take our time when we go places, and that's going to decrease our chance of falling. Also, we always want to maintain an upright posture unless there's a reason why we can't. There are people who have physical issues where they have a curve in their back and they can't stay upright. But when we are upright, we have our shoulders back and relaxed, we're less likely to fall because of gravity. Once we start leaning, our gravity is taking us towards falling. So that's why upright posture serves us in the real world. And then consciousness of weight transfer, slowing down, and transferring that weight and using the strength of your legs as you move through life decreases your chance of falling. You know, not just throwing your leg out there and hoping for the best, but to actually use your muscles and have control over your body. Be very mindful as you move into the world, and you're less likely to fall. Get in a hurry and just haphazardly go, and you're more likely to fall. And then outside of Tai Chi, thinking about the space that you move in, going in, just making sure nothing's in the floor when you enter a space. No wires are across no clutter is in the walkway. Just be mindful of your space, and that will decrease your chance of falls. So fall prevention is not the only thing about that Tai Chi does for us. Of course, it improves our balance and coordination, strengthens our muscles, and most of us, that's our goal for being in this class, is to not fall. And so we do these moves to strengthen our muscles. So that's why I pull out those principles specifically, is because it serves us in the real world as we do Tai Chi. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Calling the names of the movements. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. There's our sixth one. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Here's our sixth one. Open, close. Advance. Brush knee. Play the loop. Hairy punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. All right, music time. Let me get. Oops. All right. Here's our music. Now, remember, it's not a test, it's just a guide. It's a guide to help you slow down, okay? And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands and clouds. Open, close. Advance 6. Brush knee. Play the lute. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Brush knee. Play the lute. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. So that was even a little bit slower. It's probably because I talked through it. That takes that little bit of extra time. But you see, I've even feel myself going even slower with the music.
Yeah.
The music is very relaxing. All right, let's do it again. This time I won't talk. Just kind of test yourself and see how well you know it. And commence. Advance 6. perfection in the pace. Um, what things in the advanced movements that I want you to be mindful of? I mean, I talked about upright posture. I talked about empty step before the weight transfer, and of course, breathing and not holding your breath. But in our advanced movements specifically, I want you to think about foot placement. So when you step, hold on, let me go from brush knee. Okay, so I'm going to step, shift, and then here comes the follow step. So we're used to stepping here and then forward and then forward. That's how we typically walk. In our advanced 6 movements, we step differently. So when we do that brush knee movement, we're going from facing the front to the left. And this right leg is behind. And when we follow step, it is still going to be behind. So the follow step is a foot adjustment more than it is a step. When we follow step, that foot doesn't get weight because it's the next foot to step. So I want you to be conscious of foot placement. So when you follow step, you don't step and move your foot beside your other foot. That follow step is further back. When you step back for play the lute, it's not what we think of as a step. You know, when we think step, I think we naturally think of something bigger. With our steps in our advanced movements, they're more half steps. We have our foot, we pick it up, and we move it about half the length of where it was. So we're not taking these big steps forward or big steps back. We're picking our foot up and we're putting it down where it already was, just a little bit in a different direction, or in that direction. I mean, it could be back and it could be front. So I really want you to think about foot placement. What's interesting is that you think your feet are like this, but if you were to look at them in a mirror or in a camera, I'm trying not to get you to look down, because anytime we look down, that puts us towards falling. But if you were to look in a mirror or a camera, your feet may actually be more like this, or even like this. A little bit staggered, but more or less side by side. Sometimes what we think is going on is not what is accurate. Ask me how I know, because it happened to me. I thought I was doing everything. I thought my heel was down. Well, guess where my heel was? Up in the air, just like that. How'd I know? My mom took pictures of me doing Tai Chi because she was so proud. And whenever I saw the pictures, I said, oh my, I thought my heel was down. So sometimes our brains will lie to us. So be mindful of your feet, but if you have the opportunity to see yourself in a video, a picture, or in the mirror, then it opens your eyes to what's really going on down there, because we don't want to look down. That takes us towards falling. All right, so I'm going to turn the music on. Let's do it one more time. Unless y'all have any questions. Do you have any?
No.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I have a question, Jim.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So what do we okay, we're approaching our last class. So what do you suggest for us over the summer?
Well,
Do we just use the videos? We get
yes.
another class, or what?
I suggest using the videos. I suggest, just seeing where you are, kind of testing your memory, where you are with the movements. Practicing one movement at a time, practicing Tai Chi walking, just practicing breathing. Don't do anything stressful. You can come back to class in August and we're going to start it all over. So, whatever you decide your goals are for the summer, it may be just, taking a step forward with a follow step, taking a step back with a follow step. Just practicing your stepping, empty step, weight shift. You don't even have to practice the regular Tai Chi moves. You can practice principle and practice the Tai Chi walking with a empty step and a shift, an empty step and a shift. And by practicing that, you're going to get your legs stronger. You can practice walking to the side, just like we do in waving hands in clouds. And you're practicing posture, you're practicing empty step, you're practicing that weight transfer. So you can practice pieces and parts of movements, and that's going to get you more in tune with how Tai Chi just is at its natural state, being slow, smooth, continuous. And then you'll be better prepared for when August comes and we start going back through the moves. So you can do anything in all of it. You can just sit and breathe for the summer. All right, let's just do it. Let's do it one more time with our music. Here we go. And commence. Very good. I like it.
Very good.
So we'll do it again next week for our final time. And also know that you can always email me, call me, message me, however you want to get in touch with me. I mean, I'm still alive in the summer. I'm just doing farmers market in the summertime. So you have access to me. I don't just disappear from you forever. So if you need me in the summer, if you have questions, I'm available. So you just reach out to me. All right, let's give ourselves a nice fist massage. Tell our legs, thank you for working so hard.
Thank you for it.
Practicing that waving hands in clouds movement where we Tai Chi walk to the side. That's a great movement to just pull out and practice. You can breathe. You have the nice, smooth, continuous movement of the hand change and the turns, as well as the weight transfer on your lower body. So I love that movement for practice. So you can wave hands in clouds till you hit a wall. Come and wave hands until you get to the other wall. Gather tension. Now let it go. We do not want to live in tension. Gather and release. Gather it. And we gather it on purpose so we know this is not a good way to live. Let it go. Gather and let it go. Big shoulder circle. I like this one for breath. And just thinking about words that we want to gather good and push away bad. Or if we want to gather good and fill our soul with it, however we want to use that movement. And then we take our right fist, representing our strength, our left fingers together, our friendship, our thumb in, our humility. We put those together in mutual respect. We say, Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm starting to sound like a man the more classes going on. All right, y'all. We'll do it again next week, but y'all let me know if you have any questions in the meantime, okay?
All right.
Okay.
I'll come next week with questions if you want to work on anything in particular, okay?
All right.
Miss Jennifer,
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
you said for us to wear our shirts next week.
Yes, if you will. I'm not going to make you, but I think it would be really cool if we got a picture. Let me put it in my brain to wear my shirt. Okay, it's in my brain.
You'll need a reminder. No.
Oh, Lord. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.
Love
All right, love you
Okay.
too.
Bye.
you too.